and welcome to the news desk at 6 and NTA News 24. I am Mina Daniels. About 10 victims have allegedly lost their lives, with others injured Saturday morning at the Cathedral Church of the Holy Trinity, Maitama, Abuja, following a stampede. Eyewitness accounts say it was as a result of the church's annual distribution of food items and other materials to the vulnerable and elderly. Onoto Yakubu brings us a situation report.
The incident, according to passerby information I got on arrival to this location this afternoon, indicates that the unfortunate situation happened in the wee hours of the morning, as early as 6 a.m., while members of the church, from the information, were distributing relief materials in the spirit of the Yuletide season to some members and less privileged in the community, and the unfortunate incident happened. So far, the situation seems calm around here. Operatives of the Maitama Police Division have been deployed to ensure seamless activities around here. There is nothing to indicate that there is any crisis here. Efforts to get authorities of the church proved abortive, as even the security men at the entrance gate into the facility have refused to speak to press or even give any information at that as to the situation around and how the whole incident panned out. However, part of the information I also gathered from the passers-by indicated that a couple of the victims of the incident were immediately transferred to the Maitama District Hospital, which is about 700 meters away from the Holy Trinity Maitama. Our further probe to the Maitama District Hospital on inquiries about the development met the same fate with brick wall, as authorities of the hospital would not respond to questions regarding the development. In Abuja, Onoto Yakubu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the FCT Police Command has confirmed the unfortunate incidents that occurred at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church, Maitama, Saturday, 21st December 2024. During the distribution of food items to vulnerable and elderly persons. In a statement signed by the police public relations officer, Josephine Ade, says that the tragic event, which happened at about 6:30 in the morning, led to a stampede that claimed the lives of 10 individuals, including 4 children, and left 8 others with varying degrees of injuries. 4 of the injured have been treated and discharged, while the remaining victims are receiving medical care. The FCT Police Command sympathizes with the families of the deceased and wishes the injured a speedy recovery. The statement further directs all organizations, religious bodies, groups, or individuals planning any public event, charitable activity, or large gathering in the FCT to notify the Police Command in advance. This will allow the deployment of adequate security measures to ensure public safety and prevent avoidable tragedies. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has cancelled all his official events in Lagos today, including his attendance at the 2024 Lagos Boat Regatta in honor of the stampede victims in Abuja and Okija, Anambra State. The 2 tragedies claimed many lives and left many others injured. President Tinubu was scheduled to watch the boat parade and other activities of the boat regatta from the waterfront of his Queen's Drive residence in Ikoyi. In a statement by the Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, dignitaries, including top officials of the Lagos State government and white cap chiefs from the state, were already seated when the president cancelled his appearance following briefings on the tragedies. Commiserating with the victims of the unfortunate incident in Anambra and the Federal Capital Territory, President Tinubu urged states and relevant authorities to enforce strict crowd control measures immediately. He noticed that it was very disturbing that the events at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Maitama, Abuja, and the community center in Okija, Anambra State, bore a distressing resemblance to the recent incident in Ibadan, Oyo State. He said local and state authorities should no longer tolerate operational lapses by organizations and corporate bodies involved in charitable and humanitarian activities. While praying for the peaceful repose of innocent Nigerians who died in the stampede, President Tinubu wished a quick recovery to the injured. He reiterated that those mishaps are avoidable if event planners adhere to necessary safeguards and protocols to ensure pre- and post-event safety. President Tinubu said in a season of joy and celebration, Nigerians grieve with fellow citizens mourning the painful losses of their loved ones. The president wished the Lagos State government, organizers of the boat regatta themed Our Water, Our Heritage, Our Life, a successful and hate-free festival. The Nigerian police force has expressed deep concern over the uncoordinated distribution of palliatives and relief items across the country, especially during this festive period. Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi at the press briefing in Abuja says the concern is coming in the wake of tragic incidents in Oyo, FCT and Anambra states, where stampedes took place during aid distributions and public events claimed several lives, leaving many others injured.
Public safety. During these unorganized distributions are funfairs set up by groups, individuals, and non-governmental organizations, including the potential for stampedes and other incidents that could endanger lives. The lack of a well-defined plan for distributing palliatives has resulted in chaos, leading to long lines and unnecessary confrontations among citizens seeking assistance.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Agbetokun, has called on government officials, community leaders, and NGOs to collaborate in creating a comprehensive framework for distribution of palliatives to prevent further loss of life. The IGP also emphasized the need for security agencies to be involved in managing such events to ensure public safety. The IGP further assures that the force remains committed to supporting efforts that promote a safer and more organized environment for aid distribution, assuring the public of thorough investigations into these tragic events. Well, it was a mixed feeling for prospective railway travelers in Itakpe and Warri at the commencement of the federal government's free train services across the country. Solomon Nayede, who was at Itakpe railway station in Kogi for assessment of the commencement of services, reports that the rail facility along the corridor is overstretched.
More than 1,000 prospective travelers from within and outside the state converged on Itakpe rail station in Kogi State as the window of free rail services opened by the federal government during the Yuletide commences across the country. However, excitement gave way to anxiety as passengers waited extra hours for the train, which originated from Uzevu station in Warri, covering 320-kilometer journey, finally arrived in Itakpe.
We had the train overloaded, so they should bring train that will accommodate everybody, and at the same time bring in staff to control the crowd.
The management of Itakpe Warri rail service seemed to have gotten more than it bargained, as the 584 passenger capacity train was overstretched, causing slight delays in its services both in Warri and Itakpe ends.
There is need for additional coaches. As I speak to you, we are having 7 coaches on this train, and that 7 coaches, each coach can carry 88 passengers. So you can imagine that we have about 700 passengers that is going to have a seat. But the crowd that you are seeing here is more than 1,000.
Some of the passengers, however, applauded the federal government for the initiative, cautioning the management of the Nigerian Railway Corporation to make its server more friendly to ease the stress of online booking.
Nobody here has a ticket. Only few that were successful got their ticket to this place.
Coming from Abuja down here, the transportation is so high that people cannot even afford it. Talk less of entering this train, and it's free. We are very happy.
I would appreciate if the federal government can actually work on the rails and extend the departure lines from Abuja down to Itakpe.
On the other side, it was business as usual for commercial vehicle operators and food vendors at Itakpe station.
Food don't finish, sharp. Free train. Yes. It's good, well for us. We thank God. We thank Tinubu too.
After its first operation, it is hopeful that the anomalies will be quickly resolved to enable Nigerians enjoy this dividend of democracy provided by the federal government. In Itakpe, Kogi State, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
The ongoing Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is one of the 4 legacy projects of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that places the interest of the country above any personal interest. Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, disclosed this while on an inspection of the coastal road with other top officials of the ministry. Bolaji Akeem completes the story.
The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is aimed at connecting Nigeria's southern coastal line, stretching 700 kilometers. While inspecting the project, Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, expressed satisfaction with the commitment and professionalism displayed by the contractor handling the project. He said, contrary to speculations, the permanent structure of landmark property was not affected by the road. At the diaspora land, Senator Umahi took time to explain the reason behind the rerouting of kilometer 13 and 16 in Okunwaja axis.
Where you have the True Africa cables, you also have the MTN cables, and now coming from the ocean. And people darken counsel with our knowledge. We did meetings with MTN, True Africa for more than 1 month. We did meetings with them. We x-rayed the route and they x-rayed their cables, and we saw the infringement, that we would cause going by the coastline. Was there any initial fear here? No. Should we have gone to destroy people's properties even if they were empty, if there were no MTN cable and True Africa? The answer is no.
Despite being confronted with unexpected challenges, the contractor is poised to ensure that the project meets international standards.
We have to alternate our operation in the concrete aspect in order to keep the concrete to gain its strength. This is why we are allowing at least 3 weeks of no movement on the concrete for us to continue our operations.
With the current pace of work on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, the minister said the first section of the road, along with other projects across the country, will be ready for commissioning by May next year. In Lagos, Bolaji Akeem, NTA News.
Let's take a break now. More reports shortly. Thanks for joining us again. The 10th House of Representatives has demonstrated commitment to regional development and socio-economic growth through legislations that address critical needs of the Nigerian people. This is a submission of Speaker Tajuddin Abbas and other principal officers at an interactive session with diverse interest groups in Abuja. National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Glenn reports.
State of the House 2024 is a first-of-its-kind legislative scorecard at the end of the year. For the leadership of the House, updating citizens and getting feedback are crucial steps to improving the legislative agenda of the 10th Assembly. 1,351 bills passed by the House in the last 18 months are tailored to solve citizens' challenges.
The minimum wage amendment bill, which doubled the national minimum wage of all public workers in the country and even private. I'm sure that bill, if we are to raise today, perhaps it will come number one, because of the reach and the significance and the impact it makes in the life of our public servants in the country.
State policing is one of the thematic areas for our constitutional amendments, and we want to make an informed decision in regards to that space.
This current budget, the 2025, the President has proposed even an increase in security because it affects every sector.
And what we have insisted is that we should be a little bit more transparent and open to Nigerian people.
It was a platform for frank questions and direct answers, and citizens believe accountability by the leadership of the House is the way to go.
We're expecting that they should do more and of course listen more to the people, just as promised by the Speaker, so that the laws they are going to make should be as desired by the people.
It is expected for us to hold government accountable. This time around, we did not go there, but it is the House that called us to tell us what they have been doing. I think it is a good initiative.
We should have more of this at the grassroots level. Let them go back to their constituencies and speak with the people, their constituents, feel their pulse, know what really they want.
The House leadership hopes to sustain the platform for dialogue as part of its quest to operate an open parliament. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, is advancing efforts at partnering with Scottish universities to facilitate knowledge transfer to the College of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Kaduna. This initiative aims to ensure that scholars are trained domestically in line with global standards. Lydia Sampson reports.
To build capacity in Nigeria's oil and gas sector, the Petroleum Technology Development Fund has consistently ensured the training of manpower equipped with world-class knowledge in various disciplines, recognizing the need to deepen sustained quality and localized capacity through international cooperation. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Henry Lokobiri, signed a memorandum of understanding on behalf of PTDF with 2 Scottish universities. This happened at a ceremony in Aberdeen, Glasgow. The agreement outlines a framework for academic exchange and technology transfer to further strengthen the academic and professional programs at the College of Petroleum and Energy Studies in Kaduna. Senator Lokobiri emphasized the significance of the partnership.
The only way you can grow, this industry is also to grow the capacity of those that will run the industry. And if you go to the university in the College of Petroleum and Energy Studies in Kaduna, it's a masterpiece. We believe that following this agreement signed, this facility will be put to use within the shortest possible time, so that the purpose for which this partnership is being built will be felt by Nigerians and then the rest of Africa.
Executive Secretary of the PTDF, Ahmed Galadima Aminu, also signed a partnership agreement with the 2 Scottish institutions to formalize their roles in the collaboration, stressing that both universities have been dependable partners over time.
Well, we want to change the narrative. We want to redirect the PTDF overseas scholarship scheme from overseas to Nigeria. The split arrangement entails splitting the residency period of the student between Nigeria and the UK, but the students can spend a maximum of 1 year in the UK and then go back to Nigeria to spend 2 years. At the end of the 3 years program, they'll be issued with the permanent university certificate. So meaning that you don't have to come and spend 3 years in the UK to get a UK certificate. You can get the university certificate while you are in Nigeria.
Both professors expressed enthusiasm for the partnership, reiterating commitment to continue a long-standing relationship with PTDF. They are optimistic that the partnership will ensure that the College of Petroleum and Energy Studies will become a hub for innovation and excellence. A collaboration described as testament to the power of global partnerships in transforming education in oil and gas industry. Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The National Islamic Training Program, organized by the Islamic Congress, has kicked off across Nigeria. The 3-day event focuses on deepening faith and promoting unity within the Muslim community. Thomas Abotero report starts the program with the theme Sound of Greed. Also highlights the importance of embracing core Islamic principles.
The annual National Islamic Training Program, organized by the Islamic Congress, offers Muslims an opportunity to strengthen their faith and unity. During the opening ceremony, the Amir of the Islamic Congress, Abdul Wasi Taiwo Bangbala, and guest lecturer Abdul Samiu Adewale emphasized the importance of prioritizing faith in Allah, encouraging attendees to reflect on the Quran and practice worship with sincerity. They stressed that without a proper understanding and application of these teachings, building a society rooted in Islamic values will be challenging.
It's a training ground for everybody to be well trained in the aspect of Islam, be it in the way we think, be it in the way we interact, be it the way we need to improve on the aspect of worshiping of Almighty Allah.
We want peace in our society, irrespective of whatever religion or tribe we want to come through. Our concepts of it might be different. Once we sit together and say, this is what I think you need, this is what I think peaceful living is, we will find that we have a lot of common grounds.
And this is what we are eager to share valuable lessons they gained from the training, with many highlighting the importance of strengthening their relationship with Allah, sincere worship, and reflecting on the
what Allah has happened of your soul and how they relate so that we can have an animal society with the world which are the segments and the first is he living in and activities.
That concludes the